welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AKAAWOL, and I was sent this photo and asked if I could make a pattern for it. So that's what we're going to do today. First, let's just kind of rotate this thing around so that way it's sort of straight up and down. Wow, the mouse is really finicky with that. All right, and let's copy it, and we'll paste it with this template. Now, wow, it's really tiny. Hang on, let me enlarge it as well. There we go. And put that to a new layer. Then we can just move it around if we need to. All right, how did I know which of the templates to use? Well, if we start here where the red is, and we notice there's a pink diamond in the middle, right? That pink diamond in the middle is going around 1 knot. So we know the pink diamond is 3 knots. And then we know then from that it is 5 knots for the dark red. It does another one that's just like it, although there's one extra dark red that gives it the illusion like it's kind of going underneath, right? But that's another one, right? So we have 5 and 5 plus the one that's in here and the one at the very end. So we know that it is 12 strings. So if we go over to my website and you go to where it says graph paper, you will get this, which is all the different sizes. So we knew that it was 12 strings. We go to 12 string bracelet and it'll bring up a PDF like this. And this is what you can use. If you don't have a computer, it's gonna be a lot harder for you, like to do this from a phone. But if you have friends or whatever, you could actually get this printed out and do it, coloring it in with pens and pencil, which is kind of how I started back in the day. I don't necessarily recommend it. It's a lot more time consuming, but there you go. All right. So right off the gate, we see that there are 3 rows of white. Now I'm going to make this pattern just like it was. So that's why I'm using this template, right? We don't have a guidelines or anything set up for where the middle is or anything like that. I'm not even trying to count out any of that. I am going to put a guideline in the center though, and you'll see kind of why I'm doing that a little bit later on. All right, let's get our paint tool. Let's go to our layer here. And yeah, so like I said, the first 3 rows are all white, so we know that these first 3 strings will also have to be white. A little bit time consuming, but it'll kind of help things along. If we do this, so actually might as well try to get all 3 at once. So anyway, it's not every day that I get requests from an image that somebody has found, and yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't mind. It's an interesting pattern. It's the kind of things that I like with the whole kind of a Celtic look to it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this string here is our 4th string along, and it is the darker color. And it does 5, right? And then the lighter color does 3 in here. And so because there's no other way for any of these strings to be in any other order and still be able to achieve this, is why we know for a fact, like, so far all of this works. Like, it couldn't be really any other way. And then there's a dark one in the center of that. So let's put that in. Well, I say there isn't another way. You could kind of try to zigzag your way a knot underneath those whites, but it wouldn't make any sense. It would just be so much more work for no payoff. So excuse the weird knocking noises. Our neighbors are doing some renovation work, and it is super noisy. So I'm assuming this one here is our white going through. Right? And then we have, there's going to be two reds right here, because you have one going off to the right and you have one going off to the left. So this is a real easy to figure out. That kind of went there, right? And then there's one coming in from up here. And then there's a pink is to the inside of this. And as I get used to this mouse, trying to go left and right with it. And let me move this up a little bit. Okay. So the other pink is going to come in. It's going to bounce from this one, and that's how we get the pink over here. And then there'll be another one coming in from this side over here. So now this dark one does the 5 again. Remember I was saying that's how it kind of works. And then there's 3, 4, 5 over here. And then there is, this is coming through to here, and I'm pretty sure we have a dark from this side as well. And then that one comes over this side. Again, it kind of makes that illusion of going underneath. Now, this isn't as, say, symmetrical as a lot of the other things that I do, right? Because there's a difference between what's happening over here and happening over here, right? That's how you have the over and under. But the underlying strings will be symmetrical. So that's kind of in our favor. Okay, so now we're on this area over here. This goes all the way to the edge and like off. And then this one comes out to do the 3 before coming back this way. Oh, this is what goes over top, right? So this is the little hook thing here. And this goes all the way down to the middle. And then there's a red right here. And a pink in here. And this white comes out just a little bit right there. So I am following the pattern. I am making it just like it's supposed to be. All right, so this one came down. This red is going to go over top of it. And this pink was going off this way. So this red, I can kind of fill in like how the design goes. This goes not quite to the end. So to like there. then the pink stays out and goes all the way to here. And then this red goes all the way to there. And then all of that red comes back in. It's gonna get kind of overlapped in there. There is this red coming here, and one doing this, and then another one over this way. And then, yeah, and then this is where it comes back out again. So yeah, it's a little bit complicated, especially since it's really not as symmetrical. But these are the pinks here. Pink dot is there, right? Oh. This one's coming all the way back out to out here. Then it comes in 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Comes up this way, the 5, and then the pink here. Like, I'm really kind of racing ahead. I still have to fill in all these underlying strings, but it's kind of easy at this point to kind of see kind of what's it's doing. So that goes up like that. This goes in like this. There's a little diamond here with the pink one in the middle of that. This dark comes out and back in that away. That's a single diamond. This is the pink. It goes here. There's a dark red. Coming down. Wait, did I get this wrong? I think I've done something wrong here. Hang on. Oh yeah, this is... Wait, so this is this one. And then... Yeah, I really think I'm confused here somewhere, but hang on, let's... These are the 3 whites. This is the diamond in the center. This comes out from the X and goes there. Okay, so there's 3 whites right here. Oh, I see. So this comes all the way down here, and this goes to there. That's the rest of this. Okay, I got it figured out now. Now... Ooh, nope. This is the white right there. And then that comes all the way out this way. This is a white coming this way. This is white. Out here is all white. So, obviously, this is a little bit on the tedious side. I'm just absolutely just trying to mimic everything that's inside of here. and then we will sort out and make sure that all the underlying strings work out. So we have this another 5-sized diamond for our center. Right. And now we can finally see where our center is. So I can put this line here because there is some symmetry. We'll be able to work this thing out a whole lot easier than doing it all. Whoops. This gets a pink. And this one gets dark. So let's go back up here to the top and take a look at what we have. This dark red has to come back this way in order to be in this space. If we took it out to the end and back, it wouldn't do us any good. So that's a thing. This one though goes all the way out so that it can be the one that comes back over here. Okay. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. This one here, it comes out. And this one here is coming down. So we can let this one go straight and let this one go straight. And this one can continue down. So oftentimes it is in this stage of like doing the underlying strings where you catch your mistakes. So this one I know is going to need to come out over here. So I can bring it under the white, make this thing bounce, and then I can bring it back in. Kind of the whites are, most of them are staying off to the side, and that's sort of like I guess why they brought the first 3 strings were the whites, is because they needed enough to be able to do these big areas over here, as well as having some for on the inside. So I'm just trying right now to work on the darker reds because there's a few more of those than there are of the pink, and it'll just make it a little bit easier to kind of see what everything is doing if I get them in. I think this one's going to do that same thing again. We'll see in a second. Oh. Okay, so I accidentally hit one of the outer squares. Let's grab this black one, copy paste. Put that over. And we'll go back to our paint tool. Okay, so this one here, not really sure where that one's going. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's got to come in for this. So yeah, it bounces there. So that makes sense. So I had to actually go further down to be able to see where one was going to be needed. And yeah, it matches up with the one earlier, which kind of makes sense. You would have kind of half expect it to. But I just needed like a verification that that was in fact what it was doing. So. All right, now. Bringing this all the way down. We're almost the end of the dark ones. And you can see, like, in this case, these are just going to kind of go straight through. You could change their directions to kind of follow the path that they're on, but it's not necessary. They just are moving through like that. Now, here we have a problem. If I went straight with this one would have to be dark, and that's not what we want at the center here. So this one's probably gonna have to change its direction just to be able to not be right on that line. All right, let's go back up and take a look at these pink ones. So we have a pink coming in from up here. There's what, 1, 2, 3 pinks. So 1, 2, and 3. Yep. So at any given point, if we were to draw a straight line across, there should be no more than the 3 pinks ever. It can't be, because there's only 3 strings of it per side. So this pink has to bounce off the white to get the dot over in the middle of this. This one comes straight down to this corner here. This one comes straight through to be these bits over here. This to go here. So we still have 3. This one is coming out and going this way. So this one has to bounce back to be the dot in the center of this one. If it had gone straight through, there wouldn't be a pink string over here in the center. And again, this one has to bounce back to come this way. So that's the pink is actually one of the trickier ones that we have to actually map out to make sure that it can be in all of the places it needs to be. If there was a little bit more of it, it might have been a little bit easier, but there's only so many strings in the bracelet. So it's just a matter of making sure we cover all of our bases. That one does the center. That one comes back. That goes to there. I think we're gonna have to change that red one to come all the way out here. So that way the pink one, oh no. So the pink one can go to there. And this can be a white. So now let's, this white one here is the slightly trickier one. That's kind of running up and through like this. Yeah. So there's one white string that is not staying to the edge. And this is it. And so, yeah, there is this really amazing burying the strings under the white strands over here at the side, which is super, super cool. All right, so now if we've done this right, these white ones should all work out to be just fine. So there is 4 of them, 1, 2, 3 at the start, and then the 4th one here. So at any given straight line, there can be no more than 4. And a lot of the time, they're sort of just buried underneath everything else here, which is kind of neat. Two coming in, 2 coming out. So there's 2 there, 3, and 4. Yep. Double checking your numbers periodically can save you all kinds of headaches. So there's 1 over here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So yeah, it's still at only 4. I know I've done this a lot, but that doesn't mean that I'm exempt from making mistakes. So just a thing. So here, while I'm filling in these 4, let me just thank my Patreon supporters and my YouTube members who are making all this stuff possible. I really do enjoy doing this kind of work, and I didn't ask for any money from the person who requested the pattern for me to actually solve it, because I have support already from my members who are making all this kind of stuff possible and making these videos possible. So definitely kudos to all of them. All right. It's so kind of cool how this down here works. They're all just kind of bouncing the colors. So there is our first quarter of it. So now, I told you I was going to make this easier and faster to do. I know it's taken a little while to get us this far, but we copy and paste what we just created. I can use the flip tool in our guide. Wait, let me make sure that's in the center. Yeah, okay. I can flip it and have it go the other side. And go back to our select tool. Will help me to anchor that. Now I can take the whole top part, copy and paste, flip tool again, come to the horizontal line, and it goes like that. Image, canvas to layers. There we go. It was longer than our page, so we had to do that. Let me get rid of our first one. Oh wait, no, I need that. Okay. So like I said, we've got some over and under issues here to deal with. So let's go back to our paint tool. didn't anchor the layer properly there for a second. All right, so now this is the pink going here, and that's the red that makes it do that. And there's another red here. That one's a pink. So this one appears to go under, correct? And then this is going over. So as you can see, we can very easily, because the underlying strings are, you know, right there like that. Oh, I missed that. This one goes back over again. And this goes this way. This one goes over. And you can see, right, that there is, no matter that we change up the directions of these, the underlying strings are still there for us. So that's kind of the important part. But there's our whole pattern. I will have this available over on my website if you want to give this one a try. I think it's a cool looking bracelet, and yeah, I think I might actually give this thing a go. If I do, I might actually only do like one segment of it, because I think if I double up the string, I think it'll make it pretty much about the right size to make a nice thick bracelet. So yeah, there we go. Thanks for hanging out with me, and again, as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.